Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. It's Lagunitas, it's brown Shugga, it's Cellar Saturday. It's 2015 vintage, so 6 years old. Sweet release out of Petaluma, California and Chicago. 9.8% ABV. We believe this special ale is something unique. Feeding brown cane sugar to otherwise cultured brewery yeast is akin to feeding raw sharks to your gerbil. It is unlikely to ever occur in nature without human intervention, and it looks weird besides. But it has happened, and now it's too late. It looks like it has some holly on it. I think of this beer as a Christmas beer. I don't know why. I mean, but that does look like holly. But my initial thought was for this Cellar Saturday, Christmas in July. And then I grabbed it, I'm like, or is it not a Christmas beer? But it's got the holly on it, so whatever. Who cares? I'm reviewing it. And proper glassware. That's the only thing that matters. Let's get into it. I think it's basically a barley wine with brown sugar added. I think that's kind of the gist of it. An old ale, barley wine kind of a beer. Okay, I don't think it needed any of my help pouring aggressive to get ahead on that. So, actually smells good already. It does have like a nice like barley wine, heavy on the molasses smell. But anyway, I'm almost positive I'm remembering this. Yeah, brown Shugga substitute. So Lagunitas sucks, which that beer's amazing. And have you seen that beer lately? Super curious. Comment section below. Didn't have the ingredients to make this, but they had some other stuff, so they brewed a new beer and ended up being Lagunitas sucks. And the whole point was, it sucks that they couldn't brew this beer, but hey, this beer is actually delicious. And man, yeah, Lagunitas, that beer is so good. That Lagunitas sucks. But anyway, that was because they didn't have the stuff to brew this, but clearly in 2015 they did have the stuff. And they did brew it. And I'm trying to waste some time to let this head go down, but let's pretend this is what the pour should look like and go from there. You got 27 fingers ahead, and I got 4 fingers ahead. I was like, yeah, maybe I should throw a little bit of extra oomph on it, maybe, but not that much. This beautiful orange, little bit of red mixed in. It just makes me think of like pine sap, actually. But yeah, like it, not 100% amber, but definitely like that mixed in with some of this dark woodsy orange. And it's probably more like 3 fingers ahead at this point. It's got a super soft caramel, a lot of white mixed in, somewhere around Manila folder to khaki kind of head. Small bubble, like tiny bubbles, small. It's starting to get sudsy on the top, peaks and valleys as it's going down. I mean, it definitely looks like some sort of West Coast, like triple IPA barley wine kind of a thing. Let's get into the aroma. Like I was saying when it was pretty far away, I mean, it does have a lot of like barley wine with a heavy molasses kick. You get some nice West Coast, some nice West Coast citrus from the hops. You definitely get this brown sugar thing. It's, without being overly sweet, there's a pininess. Like it very, like I was saying with the look of it, it makes me think of like 120-minute IPA, right? Like, or is that just a blonde barley wine, right? That's kind of like this. Like, yeah, it's a barley wine, strong ale, old ale, whatever kind of a thing, but it's got that Lagunitas West Coast IPA aspiration, maybe is the right word. Yeah, it's pine, and like I said about the look, it's like pine sappy. And with that brown sugar, that molasses, and some of that sweetness, it does have like a It's desserty with almost not caramel because it does have that more molasses side, but like a butterscotchy or makes me think of hot cross buns. My great grandma used to make them around Easter or for Easter. Kind of reminds me of that smell. A little bit of like dried fruitiness in there as well. I really like this aroma. I hope that's pretty clear. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Yeah, this is one of those beers that follows the nose quite a bit. It has that sweetness. It has that orange marmalade. Is how that West Coast citrus is coming through. You do have some sticky pine. That molasses, the brown sugar, not overly sweet. I think it's really what's contributing this molasses taste. So it is very like sappy. And this aftertaste is, I mean, it is so dry pine. Like I said a few times, like you just eating pine sap. You know, like it has that intensity. A little bit of dank mixed in, but definitely specifically pine. I think it's aged well. There's a kiss of that wet cardboard thing. Which I've been pretty fortunate with my aging that I haven't gotten a lot of that. This one might have the most because of what the beer is and all the other flavors present. It's not a big distraction or detractor at this point, so that's good. I have I have like 3 more of these. I think they're all the same year. So it might be kind of interesting to see what they do moving forward. But man, as I'm talking, that pine, it's the pine show. Like me in my high school basketball days, it's riding the pine. Good level of sweetness. So I mean, you're definitely getting the malts that way, but again, it has the addition of the brown sugar. But it does not lose focus on we're a West Coast old school brewery doing old school West Coast brewery things. I think that really sums it up nicely. Yeah, and I like this beer. It's not blowing me away as much as other beers in this style, but you know their price point and to the flavor is amazing for this beer specifically, and a lot of their beers, almost all of them I probably ever had. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Lagunitas? What are your thoughts on this beer? Have you seen Sucks lately? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.